Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. The Nintendo Switch is but 1 week away, along with Zelda Breath of the Wild. All kinds of famous people on the internet have already gotten their Switches and their copies of Zelda, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I didn't get one either. I'm a normal person, just like you guys. So we'll all just wait for another week, because we're normal. Blizzard has gotten the internet talking a lot in such a short amount of time about the new character that will be coming to Overwatch, most likely coming out very, very soon, as early as Tuesday, where Season 4 starts, probably coinciding with a brand new cinematic, and it has to do with this girl, Effie. Obviously, not the next character. Blizzard isn't going to have us shooting a young adolescent girl. That's something we could just throw away as a possibility altogether. We also know that she's really good at building robots. She's a prodigy, she won a grant, and she's flying from Numbani, which we know has been a subject of a lot of talk with what we saw about what's happening with the Doomfist Gauntlet payload. Lucio has a concert there. People have been speculating about a cinematic, so most likely on Tuesday we get a brand new season, a brand new character, and a brand new cinematic event, because they said they wouldn't be stringing us along like they did with the Sombra ARG. We know that Effie is a young robotic prodigy, and we know that the Doomfist Gauntlet is Numbani, and that's where she is, and the new PTR update did indeed have the new smashed payload in Numbani graphic, where the Doomfist Gauntlet has been stolen officially, and the robots that she lauded at such good at securing the people, helping people, which is what she wants to do, have been smashed all over the Numbani airport, which a lot of people have been talking about Doomfist as the next character. Jeff Kaplan says the next character isn't who you think it is, but then the gauntlet got stolen. We've also had some sources and some leaks and some early footage, as well as a screenshot from Sombra's cinematic pointing towards a 6-legged mechanical spider mech called Ancora. There was a previous leak where someone was talking about the New Year's events and May skins and all the stuff that was all confirmed. And that the next character would be a tank. It was named Ancora, and it was, a 6-legged spider thing. We know that Effie isn't going to be the next character, but we know that she has a connection. She even took the picture at the Numbani airport of all the smashed mechs, so we know she's got something to do with it. The Doomfist Gauntlet is broken. There's a mech that has been smashed against the wall in a very, Doomfisty kind of manner. So whether this is Doomfist or not, we don't know if it's being called Doomfist or if it's just using the gauntlet or if it is Ancora. Either way, we're getting a new character. It's going to be pretty soon. And it's going to be hype. And most definitely a tank. Of course, if that news doesn't wet your whistle, we are just less than a week away from the next console being thrust upon the world, the Nintendo Switch, coming out next Friday, along with Zelda Breath of the Wild, which will also be released same day on the Wii U. Now, we haven't heard a ton of information about the Nintendo Switch from Nintendo themselves. Obviously, as always, there was some consoles stolen, and then people bought them, and then did unboxings on the internet and showed off the UI, and then a bunch of important people on the internet got some Switches from Nintendo along with a copy of Breath of the Wild, so we know a little bit more about how the system is going to handle. Obviously, it's going to have a super duper limited 32GB hard drive, but when you pop in Zelda, that's it. You're good to go. There's no downloading, there's no patch, there's no nothing. You just get to play Zelda just right out the gate, which is very, very different from any other gaming platform that we've been used to for the past couple of years. When it comes to PC or Xbox or PS4, we have to download and install and day one patches. Here, boom, take it out of the package, put it in Zelda, you're good to go, and you start fighting moblins and shit like that, which is also going to be super duper fun. Breath of the Wild was leaked, supposedly, and so watch out for spoilers. But we still have a lot of questions. There's been a lot of speculation about what the virtual console is going to look like on the Switch, and then it was announced that, there's not going to be really one on day one, so there's going to be a lot of disappointment. Whether it be with the controller or with battery life. I don't know why you're playing it portably, but hey, that's what Nintendo says that you should do. Bring it to the parties and play 1-2 Switch, which we still don't know how that game's going to play. But Breath of the Wild, as the big launch title, everyone's super excited about it. Even if you're not going to get a Switch, you're probably going to get it on the Wii U if you have a Wii U. Or at the very least, watch other people play it because it's going to be a big old thing on all the YouTubes and the Twitches, which is going to be all fine and dandy. So, a lot to look forward to. Questions to be had. People are going to be reviewing the console. People are going to be reviewing the game. And we get to go on from there with all the Nintendo stuff, which hopefully does not disappoint. Chris McKay, which you may know as the director of the Lego Batman movie, which came out a few weeks ago and was a really funny, very good film. Also, of course, was one of the head animators in the Lego movie and also directed a lot in Robot Chicken, is being negotiated with in DC Films to make another DC movie, also is set in a Bat universe, but this time it's going to be a Nightwing movie. Not a Lego Nightwing movie, just a real live action, assuming it's in the DC universe that they're trying to build, Nightwing movie, which is very, very promising. There's been a lot of projects and rumors that have been trying to get off the ground with Nightwing. We know that the whole Birds of Prey thing 10 years ago didn't really work out, but there was talks of a Nightwing movie, there's talks of a Nightwing TV show, and this is the first information that we've got about some sort of revitalization down that line about there being a Nightwing movie and there being somebody attached to said project. Now, obviously, there is a lot on the line with the Wonder Woman movie and the Justice League movie, especially if you take a look at the negative reviews of Batman vs. Superman, even though it made a lot of money, didn't make as much as the big, Marvel movies out there, but still rather decently, and Suicide Squad seemed like that might be a make or break, and that really tripped over the finish line. And now we're hearing about there being a second Suicide Squad movie with some odd people attached, and the old the Gotham City Sirens, and then there's talk about, is the Cyborg movie still happening, or is it being put in with the Flash movie? Well, this is the first we've heard about a Nightwing movie, which is one of the better DC characters out there, one of my favorites, and I have no actors in mind or storylines in mind because we haven't really seen a lot of reasons to believe in DC outside of when they lend their properties to be made into Lego movies. But regardless, hopeful and optimistic. McKay is known for comedy and animation, but we know that sometimes talents can transfer from genre to genre or project to project, but we know even more instances of where that doesn't happen. So let's be hopeful and optimistic in that this becomes a thing and that the DC movies start getting really good and gives us reason to be excited about the future, especially for a Nightwing movie, which there's so many different ways to go about. The first ever boy wonder that went solo, took on Bloodhaven, and boned a lot of hotties. Pokemon turns 27 on Monday, and starting tomorrow, there'll be a new event in Pokemon Go. Nothing huge or dramatic like we had with the release of Gen 2 or, the Valentine's Day or the Thanksgiving events. It's just another new Pikachu with a party hat on. We all caught the Santa Chews, but this time around, we're going to have to catch, Pikachu with a hat, evolve into a Raichu. But we're also going to have to get the female Pikachu, which now is available with the Gen 2 release. We have all the sexes of the Pokemon, and Pikachu in female form has a little notch in the tail, and the Raichu tail is also a little curvier, so a little bit more to collect there. Of course, Gen 2 has been a big thing this past week. A lot of people have been gathering data about, what hatches from what eggs now. Some 10Ks have been moved to 5, some, 5s have been moved to 2, and of course you have to add all the new Pokemon, and then of course there's the special materials that we are required to evolve certain Pokemon, such as Metal Coat for Scizor or Steelix, or King's Rock for Slowking, or Politoed, or Dragon Scale for Kingdra, and those mats are not dropping at a very decent rate whatsoever. I myself have probably gone through, 130 or so stops, and I've gotten one, and apparently I was lucky to get that because reportedly from data that's being gathered from big aggregate Pokemon Go sources, the drop rate of any of these items is around 0.14%. That's almost 1/10 of 1%. That's 1 in 1,000 if you're lucky. And that's super duper crazy. Your best chance at getting it is from the 7-day bonus drop that has the highest chance of dropping those materials for you. Otherwise, you might be spending hundreds or maybe even more than 1,000 stops before you can get a King's Rock or a Dragon Scale or a Steel Coat or something of that nature, which really, really stinks. but I've been lucky to get enough one. I don't know if I'm going to make a Politoed or a Slowking, but there's something even rarer than those materials, and that is Unown. Unown is in Pokemon Go, and so far we only have 3 official reported catchings of the Pokemon, of which, of course, there is 26 of them for each letter of the alphabet. There have been 2 reportedly caught in Singapore and 1 in Wisconsin. We've had plenty of video and photos to back those up as legitimate actual Pokemon. We see them in gyms, we've seen them animated, and they have moves and candy and all that good stuff. But geez, 3 out of probably, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of Pokemon that have been caught in the last week, that's insane. And the fact that there are 26 of them looks like we're not going to be able to catch them all unless they do something drastic to make the unknown a little more known. Your Xbox games for gold for March go as follows. In the Xbox 360, you'll be getting the good old Borderlands 2 for free, as well as Heavy Weapon. You can also get that on the Xbox One via backwards compatibility, although they won't be part of like the Handsome Jack collection, so the achievements are going to be completely different if you already have it via Handsome Jack collection. And on the Xbox One, you'll be getting Layers of Fear and Evolve Ultimate Edition. So yeah, more free games. Go get those achievements, people. Anywho, that is all that mattered this week. I will keep you guys informed about what matters in the next week and the ensuing weeks thusly after. Thank you all for watching. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. Let me know what you thought about anything that I mentioned this week in the comment sections below. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.